Crasher. Crasher has an odd history when it comes to Transformers. She originated from GoBot's fame, and you wouldn't be mistaken for thinking otherwise, because this figure is not really accurate to the cartoon model. And you'll see why when we get to the robot mode. But if you don't care about that, she is a wonderful addition to the Decepticons. It's nice to see some more female baddies in this franchise. What's interesting is that this shares the Kingdom Mirage mold, and that mold isn't favorable amongst collectors. This is my first time dealing with the mold, and yeah, I can see where they're coming from. For me, at least, I keep getting this crack down the length of the car. It's not a deal breaker for me, but I'll never not see it when Crasher's in her car mode. Again, this might just be my copy, so I don't know how common it is. That being said, I admire the paint here. The black blending in with the white and red give Crasher that individuality she needs. She's got the numbering on her hood, as well as the Decepticon symbol. Just like DevCon, they did know how to make her pop. I don't know what it is about these Legacy and Age of the Primes figures and getting better paint quality than some Studio Series guys. Even the spoiler has paint. Love it. And now she's just showing off, because they gave her silver rims. I always appreciate it when the Hasbro people go the extra mile. Crasher does roll fairly well, as long as you're on a solid surface at least. Here's the bottom. You can see where her hips are, as well as the faux chest piece. We'll talk more about that when we get to her robot mode. But first we need to talk weapons, and Crasher has quite a few. Now, Crasher comes with two weapons. They're done in black plastic with no paint on them whatsoever. And since they're the same as Mirage's weapons, this one comes apart, and this smaller piece becomes an individual weapon. I always appreciate extra weaponry, so I have no problem with that. I do have a problem with how they store, because there really aren't many places to store these things. There's two ports on opposite sides of the car. The weapons can plug into them, allowing Crasher to be armed to the teeth. And see, I would have compared Crasher to Mirage, but I don't have Mirage, so we're not going to do that, unfortunately. Instead, we're going to get Crasher into her robot mode so we can carry on with this video. This is Crasher as depicted by the Age of the Primes line. There are some vast differences between the two. Like, so different you wouldn't believe they're the same. One notable difference is the face. If you are familiar with this character, then you know that she does have lips. They did get the bandit mask look, but since this mold was borrowed from Mirage, they couldn't get the lips on there. Again, it's not a glaring flaw unless you care about accuracy. Imagine if someone released an upgrade kit with a cartoon-appropriate head sculpt. But aside from that, I can get behind the design of this figure. Granted, they really didn't change anything apart from the color, but posing Crasher is quite fun. She doesn't really have a backpack, so you can get her into some cool poses and she wouldn't fall over. And as you've noticed, the shoulder ports are missing, so you can't attach the weapons on them. But this isn't Mirage, so it's okay. But I was delighted to discover how photogenic Crasher is. When she's placed in front of a lighter background anyway. She's very friendly on camera, and I'd say she would work well amongst your other Decepticons. She can also wield her weapons, and she doesn't have as many ports as other figures, so you can't weaponize her as much. But what she can do, she does fairly well. I suppose for a character like Crasher, she would be looking for a defenseless Autobot to test her weapons on. I got Crasher at Target for 25 bucks. The same price I paid for DevCon. If you don't care for the Kingdom Mirage mold, then you might want to skip this one. The transformation can be fiddly, and honestly, the robot mode is where Crasher shines for me. But let me know what you think about this figure. Is it a go or a no-go for Crasher? Imagine if we get Psykill next. If they did, which mold would they give him?